Do you know anyone who could learn how to make complex spreadsheets by just watching videos of them being made rather than actually making spreadsheets themselves and getting coached? Or what about someone who could best learn how to perform precise brain surgery just by listening to podcasts? Or what about somebody who could learn how to speak a language better by playing with special tactile sentence building blocks with their hands, rather than by speaking the actual language with a partner? Probably nobody, right? But the once popular theory of learning styles basically suggests that maybe someone could learn better in those ways. Please. I'm probably going to be drinking a lot of haterade for saying this, but the debunked learning styles myth has done more damage to the education system than almost any other debunked pseudoscience that has crossed our paths. I'm Andrew with Brainscape, a mobile study app that is based on decades of proven cognitive science research into how we learn more effectively. And while we at Brainscape are all about personalized learning, don't get me wrong, learning styles are simply not the way to do that. They create these false and pretentious senses of uniqueness where people might end up saying things like, well, I learn calculus best by actually doing problems and visualizing what I'm actually measuring. Well, no kidding. So does everyone else on the planet. Nobody learns calculus best by just listening to a lecture passively. The truth is that some skills and concepts simply lend themselves better to certain media of exposure and practice than others do. For most knowledge and skills, somewhere on the planet, there is a scientifically best way or a best combo of ways for anybody to learn just about any concept and skill, if educators could just keep innovating and experimenting on what works at each level and for each set of learning objectives. Sure, you'll always hear stories of a remarkable individual who learned in a very different way to others, but that doesn't make them a unique person. They just had a unique circumstance. Just because Eric Clapton happened to learn guitar by ear, just imitating great guitarists and stringing their licks together with no theory whatsoever, doesn't mean that he might not have learned even faster if the right tutor had been sprinkling in little music theory lessons as he went, helping him visualize the rules behind the intervals and chords and scales and harmonies that he was discovering himself along the way. It's just that Eric Clapton might have preferred to do activities that involved a lot of open-ended self-exploration without liking a structured class for motivation. This personality trait is a very different concept from whether a visual versus kinesthetic learning style will help you learn best. The activity that you like doing isn't necessarily the one that will best improve your knowledge and your skills. Like, if you're an auditory learner, sure, you can practice your multiplication tables by listening to math songs on YouTube, and maybe that will make it more painless. But if you want to do things the most efficient way that will make you learn more deeply and more efficiently, you gotta do hard things, like do your friggin' math problems. Or if you've instead gotta study something that is maybe more memorization intensive, you should at least be using an adaptive flashcard tool like Brainscape that leverages the power of active recall, metacognition, and spaced repetition to really help the content stick with deliberate attention that you're focused on. Of course, you're probably not going to use flashcards to learn calculus or leadership or philosophical debate, and that's fine. My point is that choosing the right learning tool for the right subject will help you become a more deliberate and efficient learner, and not just someone who chooses the easy route because it's more comfortable. Assessments of your skills and preferences are a great way to get to know yourself. But the idea that learning styles impact how efficiently you actually learn has been debunked many, many times in the research. Instead, we should use these skills and preferences surveys to help us determine what we should be learning rather than how we should be learning it. Like what hobbies that we should pick up, what electives that we should enroll in, what college major to choose, what career to pursue because we're passionate about these things. By using preferences surveys to drive your personal development rather than make excuses to just go the easy route, then you will build the mindset that you need to rise to any challenge.